Well, this is going to end up being a long episode, apparently, if I can... I mean, I suppose I could just drop the arcade difficulty down all the way, if that's... If it continues to be a problem, I'll do that just to get past that part. Because if I could reload right to that, it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, I'd be able to get through it eventually. Alright, so we're pretty sure that one is not going to work. This one appears to work. Good. Alright. So we've got a good safe spot. I just have to do this all over again. Well, I'm gonna really memorize all of these letters now. Oops. Clicked a little bit too high. Seems like a really slow way of communicating, though. I'll be honest. Nope. Alright, I seem to be getting down on my own automatically. How did that not hit the boat? Ah, there we go. To the boats, brothers! If they reach the shore, all is lost! Am I gonna have another, arcade sequence? Nope, the monks were no match for two strong and desperate men. Once within the dark shelter of the forest, it was easy to leave them behind. The Queen's knight was fed, clothed, and his wounds treated in our camp. But as soon as he was rested, he set forth with all the ransom we had to give him. He left us alone with 65,300 marks. Is that what you're telling me? Boom, ransom 0. How did he take it alone? That's like a recipe for getting it stolen, too. It fits on the donkeys. How can he... Just Queen's Knight. There's no need to accompany me further. I've loyal men waiting in Nottingham to see me the rest of the way. In Nottingham? And Godspeed you safely to the Queen's side. I give you my heartfelt thanks, you and all your men, for your aid and loyalty. Those are well-trained donkeys. I'll miss that ransom, especially that golden arrow. I liked looking at it. I wish you'd gone with him. You'd be safer with the Queen. My place is with you until the king returns. Oh my. I was actually hoping to get the end of the game in a normal length episode rather than an extended length episode. Surely you think this cannot be the end of the story? Nay, there is much yet to tell. What follows is a time of waiting. Waiting for the treasure to reach the Queen. Waiting for the ransom to reach King Leopold in Austria. He's actually a duke. He's not a petty king. Waiting for King Richard to be freed and return to England. Oh my. You wait through the long and dreary months of winter for some word of your king's fate. None comes. Ah, yeah, that's England, all right. Look at all that rain. In winter, friend and foe alike keep to shelter, and all is quiet. Maybe we should have done our cave a little bit differently, since the water's coming in. As the spring of 1194 renews the the green of the forest, you go forth with your men to hunt and refill the larders. But alas, all your luck flees, all your cunning fails you, and you are taken by the sheriff's men. I am being railroaded by the DM here, damn it! The sheriff declares you guilty upon the spot and has you and all your men led to the gallows as quickly as possible. That he dares such a thing without a trial can only mean he is sure of Prince John's power to protect him. Despair fills your soul, to have fought so long and so well only to dance at the end of a rope. Is that supposed to be Marion down there? Even as the rope tightens about your neck, you hear the drumming of hooves, blare of horns, clash of steel. King Richard has come to Nottingham. Never actually happened to That doesn't look like Sean Connery. Word came to me, Master Sheriff, that you'd captured the great outlaw Robin Hood. But I heard nothing of a trial. Is this the way you've kept the law in my absence? But, my lord, my king, he is a terrible outlaw, guilty of every sort of crime. I saw no need. My liege, hear me. I am your true and loyal servant. I did not choose to be an outlaw, but was driven to it by corrupt and evil men. Silence, you thieving dog! Enough, I will hear him speak. My king, do you know nothing of the money we sent for your ransom? Not one penny did I or my men keep that we could send to win your freedom. I've not had word from my mother the queen to account for every mark. If what you say is true... My lord, you cannot take seriously the rantings of a desperate man. He will say anything to save his neck. Then it will be decided as it should have been, in the court of justice. Does not look like Sean Connery. Well, okay, it kind of does. Robin Hood, you and those of you call your men stand accused of brigandage, which I cannot do a Sean Connery impression, so... otherwise I totally would. Of stealing from the church, defying the sheriff's justice, defying the king's law, and killing the king's deer. Do you deny these crimes? My lord, is it a crime to defy those who abuse your trust and use your laws to their own ends? You're twisting my words! Is it a crime to seek justice where there is only injustice? I do not defy your laws, only the evil men who use their power for personal gain. I do not steal from the church, but only from greedy men who use the church to gain riches for themselves. Those are strong words. Your life depends upon what I hear before I pass judgment. Because of his holy vows, I allowed your man, the Friar Tuck, to go free, that he might gather witnesses to speak in your favor. Damn, I wish it was that easy today. I trusted to his sworn word that he would return and share your judgment, as he indeed has. But there are others here who would speak against you, and their testimony shall also be weighed. Let the witnesses speak. By your leave, I shall speak first. I've served Robin Hood faithfully for many seasons. He's a man of honor, loyal to his king, and just and fair. I pray thee, your majesty, to give little mind to this curtal friar. I am the abbot of St. Mary's, and I have been plagued by this rascal of an outlaw. He flouts the sanctity of the church and shows no respect of any true holy man, as this poor monk of mine can attest. 'Tis true, my liege. He waylaid me upon Watling Street, stripped me of my robe, mocked my dignity, and that false friar beat me with his sword and forced me to toil at chopping wood for his gang of ruffians. A poor job he did of it, too, fattened as he is with gluttony and excessive wine and ale, and lazy from a life of unmonkly comfort. Aren't you, fairly, fattened, Tuck? Just saying. My lord king, it was to this abbot that Prince John sent a stolen treasure so that you might languish forever in a foreign prison. It was Robin Hood who swore to do everything in his power to raise ransom for your freedom. And this he did with every mark entrusted to the knight who brought it to the queen. I have since received an accounting of exactly the amount the outlaw sent, and will weigh it in my judgment accordingly. Sire, this man is mistaken in accusing the prince of treachery. Your brother intended only to safeguard the treasure until it could be used to free you. It is only from fear of this diligent sheriff that the outlaw sent money, undoubtedly in the desperate hope of winning a pardon for his great many sins. I've not forgotten your sins so quickly, you black-hearted prior. 'Twas Robin who freed me from your torture, Robin who saved me and set me free. I knew at once he was a good man, good enough that I entrusted to him the ring that commands water. And I kept it safe, as folk asked of me. Furthermore, I also had the ring that commands fire, which had been taken by the abbot. A scurrilous lie! Where are my rings now? Ask yonder sheriff. 'Twas he that took everything from me when I was captured. More lies, my lord. We found nothing of value upon him. What say you, folk? I would sooner take the word of Robin Hood over these rogues. And there is the matter of the Queen's knight, who is also held prisoner in your tower. Aye, these things can all be explained. You can be sure they will, and to my complete satisfaction. But we are here at this time to pass judgment upon Robin Hood. Your judgment will come soon enough. Let the common folk now speak.
I am only a poor widow. I live by the wool I spin, and with the help of my 3 good sons. They were wrongly accused of treason, and would all be hanged now if not for Robin Hood and his men. I owe him the lives of my sons.
Her sons consorted with outlaws and deserved hanging.
My sons are all I have in the world. I bless Robin Hood for his goodness. God help the woman who seeks mercy at the hands of this sheriff or his men. Robin Hood saved me from one of his scoundrels who wrongly accused me of withholding taxes and would have dragged me to the most hideous fate of a woman can suffer.
Robin Hood saved me from the sheriff's men. They accused me of poaching. I'm clearly not a poacher, even though that's my name. But what am I to do when I see my wife and child starving because the sheriff taxes us to the last farthing? He treated me fairly. He gave me good money in exchange for my first set of rags. I must say that for an outlaw he was most just and fair to me. He gave me enough money to replace the clothes he took with clothes of equal quality and to spare. Speak up, yeoman. Let your voice be heard. I still wear the good suit of Lincoln green that I was given, and proudly I wear it. 'Twere thanks to the good outlaws of Sherwood Forest that I returned to me home with a goodly sum in me pocket, and won me a fair lass to wife. Lady Marion, you ask to speak last. That does not look like Marion.
Thank you, my lord. I have come to know Robin Hood well, and I also owe him my life.
Pay no heed to this slut, my liege. She's a witch who keeps company with brigands and... Silence! Lady Marion has served my queen mother for years and is of noble blood. I'll not tolerate such accusations against her. Speak on, lady.
Robin is completely loyal to you. He is honest, fair, and true, undeserving of the fate that has driven him to live outside the law. He seeks only peace and justice. He devoted himself to raising ransom on your behalf, even as these other wicked men conspired against you. Don't listen to their lies. Don't listen to Andor's lies. Robin and his men are your truest subjects. I beg you to grant them your pardon and your favor.
Is there anyone who has not yet spoken? Let him stand forth. Very well, the witnessing is complete. Clear the floor, and I shall pronounce judgment. Oops, didn't mean to, pull that down. Robin Hood, I find you innocent of all charges brought against you. Furthermore, I declare you a free man and with no mark of outlaw against you. Your Majesty, I thank you, but my men. If I free the master, I must free his loyal friends. They are granted full pardons. Bless you, my liege. I am not finished. You deserve more than a mere pardon. The ransom you raised went far in securing my own freedom. Kneel, Robin Hood. Off with his head! And rise the Earl of Huntington. Damn it, now I have to go all the way over to America. Furthermore, my present Sheriff of Nottingham is hereby under arrest for treason. What say you to giving the job to Little John? Now, of course, now Little John will have to learn how to read. I can think of no better man. The abbot shall take himself from my sight forever, or have a taste of the fiery stake with which he dared to harm the Lady Marion. The worthy Friar Tuck shall be the new abbot of St. Mary's. And yonder prior, most evil cur, you are exiled from my kingdom, and your order disbanded for all time. Unfortunately, with the changes to Crusader Kings 2, I cannot take all your money. I shall instruct my new sheriff to slay you on the spot if you are not gone from my shores within the week. You might have to direct that to some other people. I imagine like whoever rules over Dover right now. Are you content, Huntingdon? My lord, you've done me such honors as I never dreamed. Yet there is one desire, the deepest of all, yet to be fulfilled. Then speak it, man, and it will be done. I ask for the Lady Marion's hand in marriage. Does my lady consent to this?
With all my heart.
Abbot Tuck, let your first job in office be the marriage of the Earl and his lady. I bless this marriage and declare thee husband and wife. Earl and Lady Huntingdon, you may seal this pact with a kiss. So it didn't actually show me as having full points, by a fairly significant margin, but I believe that's the best ending. I mean, I think there might be like a neutral-ish ending too, but I'm not going to try for that. I don't want to go through the game 3 times. But I mean, what else is there? So I'm basically just wondering if at the end it's going to pop up saying, here's your score, and hoping that there's a few points for getting the best ending kind of thing. Either that or there is more wiggle room than I thought. I mean, it's that 7,000 points is a lot of score. I don't know why they went with that. That is an enormous amount. I mean, really, what's the difference between 1 and 50, if 50 is the lowest? Which, 50 wasn't the lowest in this game, but, you know, I mean, if, like, the lowest you can get out of, you know, points-wise is, like, 10 or 20... let's just watch the credits and see if anything pops up at the end. Music is pretty good. It's not looping, is it? Yeah, it is looping. Is that it? Is that really it? Huh. Apparently that's it. I kind of expected a little bit more, and it doesn't give you the point total here. Wonder if I can save it. I apparently can save it. That's very strange. Huh. Alright, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the best ending. If there's any part of the ending that I didn't miss, I can't think of anything unless there's some specific things for, like, Will Scarlet and stuff like that. But, I mean, I got a full pardon, married Marion, full full pardon for all the men, too. Married Marion, became an earl. Little John is the sheriff. Tuck is the new abbot. Hey, abbot. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, well. Well, thank you for watching the good ending playthrough. And in the next episode, we will be going into the bad ending playthrough, which should be lots of fun. And that's going to feature a lot more of the deaths, even though we don't actually get different death, a death pop-up thing, which is a little unfortunate, but what are you going to do? All right. I shall see you in the next episode.